Welcome to DDOS, Delineation Drills of Spokespersons for the Redelineation process called by the Election Commission of Malaysia. This is a program by DAT, the Delineation Action Research Team of BERSE 2.0. According to Part 2 of the 13th Schedule of the Federal Constitution, the delineation process begins when the Election Commission informs the Prime Ministers and the Speaker of the Dewan Rakyat. We do not know of this process, how it would be informed or when, but we know when the Election Commission published a notice in the Gazette and major newspaper about the effects of recommended boundaries and venues where maps are displayed. From this point onward, we have 30 days to make objections. Who can make objections? Three groups of people. Firstly, the state government. Secondly, local authorities. And thirdly, groups of 100 or more affected voters within that constituency. It could be the parliamentary constituency or the state constituency. At the end of the 30 days, after objections have been filed with the Election Commission, the EC will then go through them and see whether which one contains valid objections and which one are invalid. Those that are invalid will be rejected and no inquiry will be held for them. But those that are valid, a local inquiry will be held and people will be invited to take part in this local inquiry. 3 spokespersons are allowed to speak at the local inquiry, but up to 17 others are also invited to attend the inquiry. Usually this inquiry will be held in a hotel near the constituency that you are voting in. So after the inquiry, if the objections are accepted, EC will then make a revision, but no explanation will be given during this inquiry whether they are accepted or rejected. After making the revision, EC will then once again, for the second time, for the second display, publish a notice in the Gazette and major newspaper, and where you can view the revised boundaries and maps. Again, we have 30 days that we can make objections and submit it to the EC before the end of the 30 days. And same process, those that are accepted, that are considered valid, will be invited for a second local inquiry, whereby after the inquiry, EC will make the necessary revision and then it will be passed on to the Prime Minister in a report, whereby the Prime Minister will lay the report before the Dewan Rakyat with a draft order. Now, with this draft order, members of Parliament will vote on them, and all it takes is more than or equal to half the members of the Dewan Rakyat to approve the new boundaries that will be used for the next election. If there's objection to this, for some reason it was rejected, then the Prime Minister will have to take it back and make amendments, modification to the recommendation, and then present it once again to the Parliament for a vote of simple majority. And after that, it will be passed on to the Yang di-Pertuan Agong to make the order, and then these boundaries will be used for the next election.